Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Woo!
Wow. Bring us in, you boomer.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's always something. Hello, everyone, and welcome back for episode 38 of the Midweek Hump. Merry almost Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
I had to get festive with my Santa hat. There was no like actual Santa hats anymore, so I was like, I'm just gonna get the most ridiculous shit I could find at Walmart.
We should have went to Walmart.
Right. I was actually looking for my ugly sweater, but it must have gotten lost in my move. I had the gnarliest sweater that I got in Hawaii when I was living out there, and I couldn't find it. So it's gone. I'm sad, but we'll have to do something. Maybe next week we can carry Christmas through a little bit and keep it going.
Merry still Christmas in our head.
But yeah, no, it's been quite the week. Really busy. I'm sure everyone in chat is busy. Panel, I'm sure you guys are probably busy preparing for the holidays, getting food ready, getting your presents wrapped, whatever it is. But definitely happy holidays. Have Merry Christmas, all the things from us over here. Much appreciated for you guys hanging out with us this week. Hello, chat. Who do we got in chat today? Lots of people.
Everybody. All the best people are here.
Yep. Sounds like someone's dying in the background.
Apparently something spicy just happened on Poor Choices.
Oh.
I don't know what. I'm on this show, so I'm not listening to them, but I can hear X-Ray Girl whether I want to or not.
Makes sense.
So think about being married.
Well, with that, Mark, how are you doing? Great to see you, man. Welcome to the Midweek Hump, man. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just finished up a Final Fantasy spin-off game on my Rumble stream, and yeah, it was melodramatic. It's a Tetsuya Nomura game, so he's the guy behind Kingdom Hearts, which is Final Fantasy meets Disney.
Right.
So
Right.
Weird dude. It's kind of all right at doing his thing, but yeah.
And was it Crisis Core that you're playing?
Yeah, Crisis Core Reunion is the remake's name, or remaster, really.
Okay.
It's a very nice looking remaster, and it runs really well. But yeah, it's basically a PSP game running on a modern PC. But it's on.
Nice.
I think it's on everything. I don't think it's on. I don't know about Switch, but it's on
Switch.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
They had the deluxe edition on the eShop, and I was like, how the hell am I gonna get an art book? Like, I don't want a digital art book, I want a physical one. Get the hell out of here. So I decided if I ever get it, I'm just gonna get the physical version.
Scorn's physical art book comes out in February, like the day before my birthday, in case anybody's looking for a birthday present for me.
Don't buy her anything.
I'm tempted to sing Let's Get Physical right now, but I will refrain.
Feel free to not.
But like suddenly jump into like an 80s like workout, like tights and like kick leg up. I don't know. Maybe
Can we just, for this festive Wednesday night, just point out how much of a lumberjack / boomer / obvious dad Shagsworth looks like?
right.
Like
this dumb
right
thing.
out of a
He's one step away from being Chevy Chase.
yeah, I was about to say that, like he's right out of a Griswold movie.
Looks very Canadian. I approve.
You got to channel it every now and then. Yeah, I'm just trying to impress you, Mark. One day. But no,
Maybe they'll let him in.
yeah.
Hey man,
You gotta say please.
the Canadians are a very accepting people. You grow a decent beard, throw on some plaid, you're in.
Good to go. Nice.
There's your in. There you go, buddy.
Local hentai artist, how you doing, man? I see you getting
all
a
right.
new little avatar there. Looking good.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that you pooping?
Huh? No, I'm not
that you
pooping.
pooping?
There's actually more. There's way more to the picture. I just decided not, obviously, to show it.
Okay.
That's just him trying to not be Isom.
Actually, yes, and also, I did have. I was in the car with Amrata earlier today, and I was like, "Don't be mad at me." And I told her about it. She was like, "Why would I be mad about that?" I was like, "I was just making sure."
That's part of that picture.
Yes, I got the rest of the picture on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You guys don't want to. I haven't seen it, so
Don't worry, the OnlyFans is on its way.
God.
I always did say if someone was willing to animate it for me, I'd put it up.
She did say that.
Sheep's only dong page. Gotta love it.
When in doubt, I'm sure I could have a future in stump porn.
Oh, yeah, dude. I feel like there's a whole like subset of like that kind of porn.
There
I
is.
mean, maybe.
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah.
If you can
I
think
can
of it,
only
there's a porn
imagine,
for
but I'm never going to Google it.
Yeah, there's some things you just don't want to see.
Yeah, especially when you like. I mean, my tibia and fibula are kind of fused into being one bone now. 'Cause
Nice.
that and it's one that sort of looks like a box at the end, like here, kind of like that.
Mhm.
So like a piece of my fibula was broken and then fused into the tibia and like bridges the two of them.
Nice.
So I know what having a limb like that feels like, and the idea of it being compressed in all directions by like a human orifice, I'm not into it. So
But
like
it's warm.
I don't need to experience it to know that it would be unpleasant for me. Never mind. For
You're right,
her.
right, you're right. You're the
gonna
most
hurt
important
me.
part of this equation.
This is gonna
I
hurt
mean,
me
like
more than it'll
I'm
please you.
I'm the only one who can make my decisions. That's the way I look at it.
We now know Mark's truth, his what he does not want.
Yeah.
His weak spot is not his. It's not one of the 5 weak spots on the human body. It's actually the bridge.
Well, I
Of the
mean, like I'm in the
fibula.
army, right? So there's not a conversation I've been in with a single one of my coworkers that hasn't had someone say, "So, you ever stump a girl or what?" I mean, I'm always like, "No," and then when they say, like I don't know, you'll find one who will let you one day. I was like, it's not about them letting me.
No,
It's
it hurts.
like,
That's why I
it's
said no.
I don't want to.
Right.
I would not want to if a girl was like, "Hey, you need to," and this is a deal breaker. I'd be like, "Cool, see ya."
All right, well, I will be the bigger man in this situation.
So yeah, how would that even come up? Just like,
I mean,
doesn't, it's a
honestly,
stump.
I can very easily say it never has with an actual person I've been dating. It only comes up with people who wonder if I've done it with someone.
Oh God.
So
Good Lord.
just a general question. You don't have to ask. I mean, you don't have to answer or anything.
Oh,
like that.
no.
Have you ever? No, I'm playing. Just lean right back into it. Have you ever? You can tell
Just
us on the show.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, no
Yeah,
interest.
no, I get it. It's I'm the same way. If I ever lost one of
soldier
my
spirit says, at
I
least
ever
you're not in the
lost one of my
Marines, then
limbs,
it's
no.
stumping dudes.
And we actually were at work and we watched a great video on the Marines. Have you guys ever heard of a YouTuber called, or I don't know if he's a YouTuber, like a TikToker or something, called the Fat Electrician?
Mm-mm.
No.
He does all these great like military history videos that he basically he delivers them in a very, very hilarious way, and they're slickly edited, very short, and give you nice little snippets of military history at the same time. He was doing one on the Marine Corps that, or at least I don't know if he made it today or if I was just watching it today. And it said, he's like, what you should do is go out drinking with some of your Marine friends. And you might say to yourself, I don't have any Marine friends. Go to the bar. They'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that is amazing.
That's true. That is true.
It's 100%
It's like,
true.
you want some Marine friends, just go to the bar. You'll make some.
HorrorAmorata, how you doing? Great to see you.
I'm doing okay. I'm, surviving. It's a little chilly today, but we're staying warm.
Nice.
A little chilly.
What's new in your like content neck of the woods?
Wait, say that again.
Content neck of the woods.
What's new with
was-
your shows and stuff?
Well, not too much. Still not good the last 2 weeks because for whatever reason, Sundays I seem to be getting a little ill, but I should be back to normal this week. Tomorrow night I'm going to have Brian Beam on.
Oh,
for
nice.
the Evening with the Eldritch interview. You know, that's 2 hours at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. If you guys want to come over, and he's the guy who does No Systems. So if you've seen their really nice stuff, you should stop by and see it. Listen to him talk. He's got some great,
Conversation.
yeah, great conversation. And yeah, Friday, Saturday will be Valheim, and Sunday will be I'm gonna get back into Plague Tale Requiem.
Oh, nice.
I was
still fun.
quite.
Brian's a
surprised
good
by
dude,
Plague
man.
Tale
He's like
Requiem.
one of my favorite people out there. And his podcast, like his No
my-
System podcast, is fantastic. I did another run through of it recently, and like few moments like get me just kind of choked up because there's such like these like small existential crises while while watching them. I mean, when like becoming being a dad and stuff like that, things just hit a little bit differently. And like,
Oh, so you're saying you're weak?
yeah, no, like
Okay,
the
just
kids
make sure.
break me down, man. Like I was actually thinking that. Like I thought those exact words. I'm like, I guess stop being such a bitch. Like I'm sitting here weeping to myself. Like,
I just
but-
know I really like he talks about the movie one where he's talking about movies made in other countries and stuff and how it gives you a window into that country, and
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff just I really love how it's relaxing, but at the same time, you know, kind of gets you thinking. They're very meditative, and the music is great. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole thing all the way around is
Yeah.
really good. And have you listened to their is it Sound? I don't remember what thing it's on, but their music on
SoundCloud.
on the SoundCloud.
I haven't. No.
Oh my God. I play. He told me where it was. And so I probably listened to it for like 22 hours
Oh
straight.
wow.
Just because some of it is just that good. I mean, it is really good stuff.
Okay. I'll have to check it out. Yeah,
I highly recommend it.
he's like criminally
Underrated.
man. Like his stuff needs to hit something big because it's
Yeah.
so well done. Great messages, like, and like I said, like the production value to his podcast is fantastic, and he must spend so much time editing it. It all works so well together. So I'll
He's
definitely be
supposed to
tuning in for that.
releasing at least 2 more episodes that I know of. So
Yeah. Okay. No Green Rocks, what's up, man? Always a pleasure to see you, dude.
Hey man, it's good to be here. I'm always happy to be hanging out with you guys.
I didn't forget
It's-
you this week.
Oh, that's true. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a wild week. I put out a thank you statement, but I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's followed the Legion of Memers. We have hit 1,000 subs, which is absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I wanted to put out an actual video, but I figured I'd rather put out a statement first because I like what can you really say besides thank you? And I'm blown away by all the support that we've gotten, and hopefully for many more years we'll just keep moving up. I'm just happy that people enjoy the content. I the Legion works hard every single day, and I do what I can. I'm just like I'm really bad at this, but thank you all.
No, man, that's great. That's what I notice about a lot of these things, whether it's Legion of Memers or any of the smaller groups, like kind of orbiting in the fellowship areas, like kind of watching where people go and how they grow and like the different places it takes them. And the Legion is no exception to that. Like, yeah, you guys make fun memes, and sometimes it's just like, like it's just for fun, but like it could take anyone anywhere. Like you get someone a good editing job, you could be doing like memes for big channels, whatever it is. Like, I mean, every time you guys like log in and are at these shows, I see them all week. Like that's like one of the reasons I check Twitter so much is I'm like, okay, what show is on tonight? What's going on? I don't even know what's going on in the show, but the memes are hilarious. Like I sort of gather what's going on. So you guys are killing it, man. Congratulations once again. 1,000 subs, dude. Fucking awesome.
I literally was running around. I have friends back home in Israel. I'm like, guys, we got 1,000 subs, and they're like, oh, okay, cool.
Guys, we got 1,000 subs, and they're like, but can I pay the bills yet?
No,
right,
not yet. If you're looking to pay my bills, just let me know. I could use a suitcase of a taser and $40,000. Just saying.
Just 40? Just 40? Why not go for 41,000?
Well, I don't want to get too greedy.
You're Jewish. Wait.
Okay. $40,000 and a penny on the floor. How about that?
That does it.
Before we go too far, I do want to let everyone know, as per usual, we are on the alternative platforms as well. We're on Rumble and Odyssey. If you feel like you want to support on those channels, you can do so with the links in the chat. Please feel free to, over on Rumble, smash the plussy, and over on Odyssey, make sure you light my fire. Share the stream out where you can. Let's get some people around here. I'm starting to do more gaming streams over on Rumble. I did one the other day. I was just streaming. Wow. I was running like some low level dungeons, and it was like 12, 13 people there. It was fucking awesome. So my concentration is definitely, I haven't been on Twitch in close to a month now. So nice. Definitely seeing myself more on Rumble. And then my daily shows, or they're not going to be daily anymore. They're going to be 2 or 3 times a week, but they're going to be coming back next week once the holiday season sort of breaks a little bit. I've sort of worked some things out. I've kind of got my health back in order, and but there's so much stuff, and I'm mad I couldn't get really back into it because so much stuff has dropped on the Twitter files and all that. So I got to get back and catch up with all that stuff. We got a great guest next week. We have January is nearly booked with everything. There's a lot of good stuff coming. So I appreciate everyone here in chat, like hanging out and being a part of the community and following on all these platforms, like I said. And I try and keep everything open and watching everything during the show. So if I don't get to your chat, I try and get back around to it. But we're doing our thing. We're trying our very best. But thank you again, guys. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, panel, for being here, obviously. Yeah. I know this is a hectic week. And thank you, chat. Not for you. Yeah. I'm actually the next week, let's see, until January 3rd, I'm off. Like nice. My job runs on like a school break schedule, basically. But I have a lot of work to do, not only with like Christmas, like and presents and stuff, but the office right here is like pretty much ready to be painted and the flooring to go into it. So, nice. So I got to do some painting, put the flooring down, and then essentially move my office over there. So hopefully 2-3 weeks we'll have a new office space. So we'll see. We'll see.
Very cool.
And hopefully tonight my little one doesn't wake up. He's been sleeping like such crap. My wife is on Graves, so she's working through the night. So there's no one to like monitor in case someone wakes up. Right. But we'll see. Anywho, what's going on right now? I did see that. Where is it? Epic Games was just fined.
Oh.
They have to
half
to
a
pay,
billion. Yeah.
$520 million settlement because they were collecting data from children without obtaining consent. Like, wow. Is anyone surprised?
Nope.
Not at all. Although I think that there's a solid chance they probably will get it thrown out just by. You ever see that South Park episode with the iPad?
That sounds familiar.
Okay, so the episode is called The Human Scent iPad.
That's
Oh,
why.
yeah.
Okay, I remember.
And basically the hook of the episode is that no one ever reads the iTunes terms of service. They just hit
Mhm.
agree.
Right.
And like Kyle basically agrees to be in like this human centipede program where like he's a human centipede for Apple, like basically. So it's and if you haven't seen the film The Human Centipede, then Google it and you'll find out why that's really, really bad to agree to. But I have a feeling that Epic will probably get off it just because it's like,
Yeah.
well, in our terms of service, it actually says that you like, I don't know, that for a credit card to be tied to this account, it has to be agreed to by an adult or something like that. And I think they might get out of it for that kind of technicality. That said, I'm not really a big fan of Epic, so
I hate Epic.
like I'd be like, well, they get fined.
I feel like it'd be a situation where it's just like, well, you know what? The reason that you're so broke is because you're not watching your kids. So
yeah, that's a huge part.
It's really at fault here. And then they're just gonna walk out the courtroom. They're like, I case dismissed. That's it.
Yeah, and I think that like the where the people who have launched the lawsuit have a case is that they like are essentially saying that they didn't do a good enough job making it difficult for a minor to interact with Fortnite without any parental involvement.
Mhm.
And like I know it's like it's a tricky thing to argue on because it's like, well, do I think that the parents have the right, or whoever actually I think it's the FTC actually, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like, so they're I don't know.
Well,
like if they have determined that Epic has not done their legal due diligence and it is warranted, and that maybe they were being cagey about things specifically because they wanted to gather data from children, because they could argue, you could make the argument that like children right now playing Fortnite are like what, 12, 13?
They're even younger.
What are they in 5
Sometimes
years?
younger.
Right? And
Yeah.
no, maybe, yeah, but like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like when you're talking about trying to farm, say, customers for like the Epic Game Store and have people who have Epic accounts that they're buying all sorts of in-game currencies on all the time, like I think they want to target kids specifically and get those kids signing up to subscriptions, getting used to putting money or transferring money from a credit card into in-game currency, like to an ends which benefits Epic. And I mean, as a business, they're more than within their rights to do that. But if they are breaking laws in order to do that, then it's like, well, I mean, like that's not very cool either. That said, do I think that this is something that the FTC should be worried about? Probably not. But I mean, I guess I don't really know enough about it to speak super authoritatively of it. I just the second I heard the amount that they're being fined, I'm just like, I feel like they're just gonna be like, well, all of those parents hit agree when our terms of service came up, and we said you will not allow children under the age of 13 to play this game unsupervised, and they clicked agree. So if they did, sorry, you didn't read the thing that we asked you to agree to. Yeah, and like I've not, the reason I'm refusing to speak authoritatively on that is because I've not read the Fortnite TOS, so I can't tell you that that's in there. I just have a feeling that whoever wrote that, if they're a decent lawyer, probably threw something like that in there to be like, we're not going to be able to stop 12-year-olds from playing this.
Yeah, that TOS would have been within my purview if they went ahead and just left Fortnite as what the initial idea was, because then I would have been invested in it. But you know, they changed it into a model that was obviously to pull in as much money as possible, and that model unfortunately worked for them. So now they keep pulling in money.
Well, and that's all well and good. So what brought me, because I originally thought that this was a fine, but this does say $520 million to settle allegations that it collected personal data. So that means they don't, in my mind, and again, I'm not a lawyer or anything, but when I read this, I think they don't want this to go very far, so they're willing to settle. Because so that means that probably at some point they brought this down and we're like, you know what, here's $520 million. Like, we'll fix it, but we don't want to do anything else with this.
I guess, also the way that reads, it seems like it was a private lawsuit or like a class action, and the Federal Trade Commission is who ruled on it.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I understand it well enough to speak in absolutes on it. I have a feeling that Epic will end up being slippery and not have to pay anything. But you know, what would have been really awesome of the FTC, like if I worked at the FTC, I'd be like, guys, let's just say all they have to do is close the Epic Games Store. and they'll be like, what? Like, how is that going to help us? Like, you're talking about giving up $520 million for them to close their store. How does that help us? I was like, because articles will be written that the FTC demanded that Epic close the Epic Games Store, and all the PC gamers are gonna fucking love us. They will defend us no matter what we decide on it.
They basically go from making a bunch of money off of grandma's credit cards to making way more money off of the PC player. That's a smart
especially
move
if it's like, and as part of it, it'd be like, and you will provide Steam versions of every game which has been purchased by people on your store. And so people
that's how you end up. That's when you find out there's somebody from the FTC just listening to the show right now.
That's the
Tomorrow
PC
things
gamer
come out.
fan fiction that I throw on my Tumblr. Everybody,
There you go.
wouldn't be awesome?
Suddenly, Mike Yorkovich just got a promotion.
Do we have any thoughts on GameStop?
What's going on?
What happened to GameStop now?
Oh God, who knows now?
I hate GameStop.
I just know
so
Moon's
much.
asking.
I know the issues with.
Same.
GameStop was. I know that the controversy in the back in the day was. They're taking customers for a ride and then throwing stuff out and not let There's people that knew where their dumpsters were, so they would dumpster dive them and they would throw away perfectly good stuff and not.
They would take their customers for a ride. They take their employees for a ride too. Like heavily. It made no damn sense. Like most people don't notice, but I got fired for some stuff that was going to the garbage.
Really?
Yeah. It's relatively simple. It's product that didn't sell over a number of years, and I said, hey, I want some gaming paraphernalia. Sure, I'll take this Super Mario Brothers 3D version. Was it Super Mario Brothers 3D for Nintendo DS? I'll take this strategy guide that's a penny now. And like my was it like the senior floor?
Like, no, you have to rip
manager?
the cover off and throw it in the garbage.
Yeah. Like secondary, whatever you call it, the assistant store manager. There we go. He's like, yeah, no, the amnesty check the bag, check everything. I'm like, yeah, he's like, yeah, take the Mario Kart strategy. Who fucking needs a Mario Kart strategy guide? You just drive forward. But I took that and like the next day, couple of days over, they're just like, yeah, so you stole some stuff. It's still store property until it goes into the dumpster, and it's like that makes no fucking sense. What camera's watching a dumpster? Does it matter? And they ended up letting me go regardless. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
So I did find this one article that they're beginning layoffs, which I guess would be unusual for this time of year. Usually they're hiring during this time of year, but one source within the company tells Axios that the team building GameStop's blockchain wallet was heavily impacted. Software engineers have claimed on LinkedIn to have been let go. They've been unable to confirm the approximate scale of the layoff, but it looks like GameStop's not officially commenting on this yet. It says a second GameStop software engineer wrote, "Super sad to say I was part of the layoffs at GameStop." Yeah, this is pretty bare bones as far as like news goes, but I don't know. I think this company has been in trouble for a long time. I mean, physical sales in general are like in the toilet. Like no one's going and buying physical copies of games anymore. That's a huge problem with it, and that's what they built their entire model on. But it's, I don't know. It's not a surprise. I mean, I think I saw. Heron said something today about it on Twitter. Like, I don't want these stores to go away because I I like going to GameStop as like, you know, looking at the like the toys and the pop figures and just
Now
talking
it's
to real
mostly
people.
those.
Yeah, now it's mostly that.
But like, it's just fuck. Oh shit!
It's
Oh no.
you get.
I just rubbed my feet against the carpet and it shocked my earbud
Oh.
out.
Oh,
Ow.
nice.
So
That's how you get superpowers.
I was
Howard.
about to say you become static shock.
is that it?
No, that's internet gas.
Tokenized. No, that's screen time.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah, no, like yeah, like Aaron was saying, yeah, Camelot has all the dirty laundry because he also worked at GameStop, and it makes no damn sense the policies that they have in play. And like one of the most grotesque things, it's not just GameStop that does it, but they're like among the most egregious when it comes to the whole situation, is they have no problem like essentially just whoring out their employees. Like, hey, sell power-up cards. It doesn't matter if you sell like a console, 7 games, 3 controllers, and a fucking like an internet service. It doesn't matter if you do all that. Get them a pro card that costs them like $15 fucking for a year, and it's gonna take this much. They can shop one time at the store for said console, games, and internet service and all that stuff, and that like it doesn't matter if they only use that card one time. Sell the card. If you're not selling the card, we're gonna give you less hours. It's like that makes no fucking sense.
Well, it does. It does from a business standpoint because, like, so I don't know how much you guys know about like the movie industry, like going to the movies, but like theaters don't make any money on ticket sales. They make money on concession. That's why you see all these deals, and that's why popcorns and stuff cost, you know, $10 fucking for 12 ounces.
It's like video games or like game consoles. Like the consoles,
they don't make money on those.
They make no money off the console. They make money off of the games that are sold.
Well, that and like so I believe these new consoles, the next gen consoles, were created at a loss. Like it's a loss for Sony and Microsoft to create a Series X or, you know, a PS5. So so they're not making, these companies aren't making any money, but you sell a $15 or $50 plastic card, like the margin on that's huge because that plastic card costs you a penny to make. I mean, it's simple business, but the problem is like they don't know how to like actually take care of their customer. And that's the issue. It's like they're more worried about how much money they make, but they don't realize like the money comes if you take care of your employees, your customers, and like you don't have to worry about. I mean, you can just change the business model a little bit. Sure, physical sales are down, but other things are going. People are still buying. I'll still go in there and buy cards sometimes for like Blizzard bucks, whatever the fuck they're called, or get a you know, what are they the pop figurines if they're cool enough or whatever. You know, there's still also stuff to buy.
Aren't you the same guy who makes us go in for Pokemon concession cards?
Oh, you mean those free cards that cost absolutely nothing because it allows me to get something in the game?
But you still make us go in the building for that.
Actually, I don't make you go. You just go.
But I don't know. I think what GameStop is suffering from is the classic. Their company doesn't know how to, like you guys have kind of said, like they're not taking care of their employees. They're punishing them for not, you know, upselling, you know, constantly or selling things that people don't necessarily want.
And the thing that bothers me the most about it though is that every customer knows exactly what they want, and I get that, like, you know, the idea is to sell them more, but the fact still stands that like if you tell them, hey, there's a rewards membership service that we have going on, and you tell them the perks and stuff, and they still say, "No, I'm good." That's it. That's all you can do, because you can't hold them at gunpoint and say, you know, let me keep my job. That's not what humans are about. That's not how we function. So like, you can't really be mad if like 5-6 people come in, you try to sell them the card, they don't buy the card, and now you have to take an L. It's stupid. It makes no sense that they would then hurt their employees. They're pretty much their machine.
Yeah.
Because the machine isn't, you know, producing what they want, as opposed to coming up with something that, like, you know, better benefits not just the employees but the customers as well.
Profits over people.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to. I hate money sometimes.
Yeah. Now, is it a sales issue or is it technical components or requiring more base materials for upgradable products? I don't know.
The
Good, Mark.
the consoles aren't really upgradable.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
They're not meant to be
they're not.
upgradable. Yeah.
I mean,
They always come out with
you
the
can add
next
an extra
version.
SSD into them, but that's
that's about
pretty
it.
much it. And you void your warranty if you try to go any
Yeah.
harder than that.
Yeah.
Except
I
for
think
Steam Deck. Steam Deck you can pull apart.
Mm.
Like,
That was a
I
good
don't know.
move.
I'm getting one at some
But
point.
I think it's more of a lost leader thing, where they have a product to sell, and yeah, they have to sell you the original product at a loss, but they're hoping you buy all these other products.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I bought a PlayStation 5 that they technically lost money making, but how much money are they going to make off of me with the games over the years?
They
Oh.
just sold a bunch of people a $70 remaster of a game they've already sold twice.
Yeah,
Twice.
exactly.
Right.
And
Right.
wait until they re-release Skyrim for the 15th anniversary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Skyrim's coming back for sure. It's
I'm buying this
And
one
that's-
too.
and that's where they're starting to make more money now, is now that as games shift to digital, so there's no packaging or anything for it. So it's just a code. It's a line of code that you download onto your machine, and they keep the rights to it. You don't even physically own that. You don't even actually own that game. If you say something wrong or you do something bad, they could take that away from you at any moment. And even I know there's games back in the day. I think it was on the 360, or maybe it was just the Xbox One, where they just took it off the store and it wasn't even available anymore, even though you paid money for it.
Yeah.
Now I forget what the game was now, but it was people were pissed.
That does happen sometimes, and very often in games which have licensed music. It's one of the big problems with this stuff like Tony Hawk. It's a Guitar Hero and Rock Band are in a similar spot where like those games are so heavily geared around having those playlists, and or for Tony Hawk games having those soundtracks be part of the experience, that when they're given the choice, okay, we either need to delist this game or we need to re-upload it with no licensed music, like all the music just stripped out of it. And it's like, what do you do in that case? But where I think the real solution needs to be, because I've talked to a lot of people who will swear up and down, they're like, physical media, that's what you need physical media for sure. And while I think they're half correct, I think the real answer is we need digital rights management free digital media. Because that is digital media that you actually own, that you make your own copies of. Because it's stupid. Every single Blu-ray disc I have, be it a movie or a game that's in my house, Blu-ray discs are way more fragile than like a DVD. One scratch and that game is gone.
It's gone.
And as for video games, granted, I don't really have a lot of modern games on disc because I primarily play on PC, and even when I play on console, I have like one disc game per console that I own, and that's just the game that's always in there.
Yep.
But the real kind of thing with it is, it's like, well, you sort of need to figure out if you are going to. I'm sorry. Hold on, wait. Lost my train of thought for a second there. I heard X-Ray Girl say something, and I thought it was my name, but then I was like, wait, no, she's still on her show. Okay, repeat what we were just talking about.
DRM.
It'll get me back on.
Yeah, we were talking about DRM and
DRM. Okay, so then you actually own it, so you can make your own physical copies if you want, and back up the media that you do have. So you can still get art made, get a steel book, and make yourself a Blu-ray copy of a game or anything like that. Oh, and the other thing I was going to say is in modern consoles, games don't have anything except the 1.0 version of it, and even then often it is without a major day one patch that's coming out for many games. So it's like, well, what's actually on the disc? Like, it's almost like you've got a little URL that just brings you to the store and you download the game anyways.
Right.
Like, the disc is just a key that says, yeah, you bought this. Keep it in there every time you want to play it, but you're playing the digital copy anyways.
It'll incentivize people to buy external CD players. I'm fine with that. I love the one I had for a number of years.
Well, I think it's important. I was thinking about this. God damn it! I was thinking about this the other day. That I think it's really important that people still buy physical media, whatever it is. I know it takes up space, but I don't ever see it fully dying. But like in the case of like games have shifted to like games as a service, right? Like there's always, every game is vying for your attention. It requires multiple updates, and like you said, the disc nowadays, it probably just has a URL that goes and downloads the game, and there you go, and you get the latest patch.
In the case of Halo Infinite, that's literally what happened. Like the disc was almost nothing. There was like 5 megs on it.
Yeah. So like I just think it's really important to have it. But yeah, I think some form of, reworking that so you actually own it or can back it up and have it in your collection. Because even if it was like an earlier version of the game, like if a Tony Hawk Pro Skater or something gets taken down because of copyright violations or something crazy like that, at least I could still play it myself. It might not be the fully updated version of it, but I could still enjoy skating around a park, and at least that still works. But we can't even at this stage we can't even do that. It wouldn't even work if it's not in their physical store. Abandoning physical media, I think, is a huge mistake. Even though it's inconvenient for some. Like, I don't know, it was my favorite thing in the world to have a whole wall of DVDs and like the CD binder and all that. Like, I don't know how much I would use it now, but like just having it was great, knowing like, oh, I could just put this in a CD player and don't have to have
that's how I am with like, I mean, I can read stuff as well as like with books. Like I can read stuff online and whatnot. Like I have Kindle, I have the Shonen Jump app and stuff like that. But like I'll still go out of my way to even like get the physical media of it. Like I'm pretty sure we're gonna get more.
Sorry.
We're gonna get more. I don't know if anybody else heard that. Sorry.
They did.
Oh, okay. Well, good job. But yeah, I plan on getting like more bookshelves and whatnot, and getting more books and whatnot. So it's one of the things that I like. It's just like it's not just because I don't want to move towards the future or anything like that. But at the same time, I just like having a physical version of stuff. It's a nice, non-loading screen. So there's that.
Well, with print, I think there's a much better case for physical media still being an incredibly viable alternative to digital media. Like, right. And one that you could argue in most cases is superior. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to things like movies, music, video games, anything which requires an electronic device to play, ultimately all you're doing is running the digital code anyways, like of whatever the file is that you're playing, be it a bunch of game files working in tandem or MP4 encoded in 4K, like or FLAC files on a high quality audio CD, like whatever it would end up being, it's still just digital media that you're ultimately playing. Right. Like the physical media is nothing but a means of conveyance. So I would prefer to just have the rights to own that digital code and put it on whatever I want. Like I'll put it on a flash drive, put it on a disc if I want, put it on 10 discs if I want.
And be able to walk around with it like, like you're just the capsule. You're the what is it? The external hard drives, an external hard drive.
Well, I mean, ultimately, all I'm talking about is just to have it be the same thing as having pirated stuff. Just let us
just
pay
legally.
For it. And yeah, well, I mean, that's it. The only it's one of the reasons why I try to defend CD Projekt, because they're the only ones who run a video game store where that's the deal. GOG, you actually own your games. Like if you got every single game that's in my GOG library, I could theoretically just upload to my Google Drive and give to everyone in the audience. I won't do that though, because I like the fact that they provide that service. Yeah. I think it's valuable, and I think everyone should go and support them. And if there's, what you should do, build a wish list of games that you really, really love that are on GOG, and just you'll get an email when it's on sale. And when one of them's like $3, pay them the $3, and then you own that game forever.
Well, what I'll do first off is get a good PC. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm running
One of the cool
Nitro
things about
5.
GOG is some of the games on there are so old that whatever you got right now can run like a lot
Right.
of great stuff.
Possibly. I mean,
I gotta say
Ryzen-
too,
a
one of
Ryzen
the-
5 isn't like too far behind as far as like processing goes, but still, I would like to have. I'd like to be able to like have like these games on my PC and they not stutter. Like I had the
Yeah. Oh, well,
I
have
had
them
the,
look better than a modern console or as good at least.
right.
still on a PC something that's like highly customizable.
There is a
Is that
I do occasionally use NVIDIA GeForce Now, which uses remote
it's cloud stuff,
which it's actually worked really well for me in the past because like I actually have a decent PC, but I was having some issues running Destiny of all games. I kept getting these weird errors and I couldn't figure out like I uninstalled the game, reinstalled the game, uninstalled my drivers, reinstalled my drivers, like everything I could think of. And then and I was using the NVIDIA GeForce to play some things at a higher what's it called?
Fidelity?
Well, no, yeah, but with all the ray tracing stuff, because like I can get pretty good ray tracing here, like on my card, but like if I do it on there, it actually looks like Cyberpunk looks amazing if I play it through GeForce. And then so like it actually works very well, and like the brunt of it is being run remotely. So as long as you have a good internet connection, it actually is pretty nice. But it's also expensive. You can get, I think, a free month of it to try out. But a really cool idea. I was actually surprised at how well that the GeForce Now stuff actually worked because I was skeptical. But I want to pivot real quick over to another game since we're on this whole topic of like kind of on the topic of games as a service and stuff like that.
No, it's fine. We all like games. Except for NoGreenRocks, like schmatas.
He enjoys dirty schmatas.
What time for games? I'm busy video editing, homie.
Oh, plus he's doing it on his phone.
Kotaku writes some funny articles. But this one was interesting for one reason in particular, because the title is Call of Duty's year-defining new mode is everything shooters should aspire to be. And they're talking about the DMZ mode.
I hate that subtitle. I didn't expect to be here playing hours and hours of Warzone, but here I am doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Right.
This was 2007 internet talk.
The funny thing so they're talking about DMZ mode. If you haven't played, have any of you played the new DMZ mode or the new Call of Duty stuff?
No, I
don't play Call of Duty.
Okay. So DMZ is probably the best mode that they have in it. I mean, everything else is pretty much the same. Warzone is this. They took out the slide canceling stuff, so you can't just like slip everywhere across the map. And then multiplayer is the same annoying shit over and over again. Mm-hmm. But this was essentially their take on Escape from Tarkov. And if you guys
seems to be like much better at. I watch
Dr. Disrespect.
And that it's way.
What?
No green bots.
No green bots. What happened?
Oh, bollocks.
We got to the word way.
Tarkov is a great game.
Yeah. No, it's cool. But what's funny is that they don't mention Escape from Tarkov once in here. They make it sound like Call of Duty has invented their Warzone mode to create this brand new game.
So something that's already been done pretty much.
Yeah, it was the same thing though. Speaking of Fortnite again, that was the same things that people were saying about like these journalists were saying about Fortnite when it was just PUBG.
Yeah,
with cartoon graphics.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Actually, I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that was exactly what it was.
Fortnite was a failed zombie survival multiplayer game, like Minecraft-y thing, and then they just it was basically going to tank, and they decided to just take PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds game mode, just be like, oh yeah, now it's Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yep,
our original idea. Do not steal.
Oh,
I hate Epic so much.
Yeah.
And they made Gears of War, which was relatively good up to the
Yeah.
third one.
And they made Unreal too. I think when Cliff Bleszinski left, though, they kind of
Cliffy
went to
B and they
shit.
lost their
And he
mind.
didn't do anything good once he left either. So
He took a page at a time from MySpace's book and was like, "Oh look, man, I made my money. I'm out of here."
well, I mean, I don't know. He did try to make a few games. They just did not do very well. He made one called Lawbreakers that sort of
Oh,
seems
that
like
yeah,
game.
dude.
I played
it was.
that.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was somewhere in between Unreal Tournament and Overwatch.
Yeah. You're either
And
a lol or a
and then when
breaker.
that didn't do well, he made this free to play. It was a battle royale, and I think you had BMX bikes in it,
What?
and it was called Radical Heights.
I know
So
that
it was
too.
like it was
Huh.
I think yeah BMX bikes, and I don't know if you had guns or if it was like you had to outscore each other or what it was.
Yeah, I
But,
didn't know that was him.
Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, Radical Heights was definitely the name of it, though. I do remember that.
That's funny.
Old Cliffy B. That man's hilarious.
Well, they do mention Tarkov once here, right there. COD may not be the first property to execute this game. Yep, that's about as much as they really lean into that. It was just
They
it was a
might.
shame.
I'm willing to bet too that writer's probably talking about the Division,
God.
the Dark Zone stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Probably not even talking about Tarkov.
Well, because these journalists wouldn't dare like put any time into a game like Tarkov because it actually, takes patience. and
I'm
skill.
amazed this person is playing Call of Duty because they like that thing being like, I can't believe I'm playing Warzone. It's like you can't believe you're playing one of the most popular games in existence. Like,
Right.
you work for a video game website.
Exactly.
You should maybe have an idea of what Call of Duty is like.
That's like what's that chick's name? Kelly Plague complained about not having anything to do with Cyberpunk, but she didn't do anything from the side quest. She was like, I don't see the point in doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder why you don't like the game.
Oh, she didn't do any of the crafting, and it's like, oh,
All she did was play the story.
okay.
The story alone, it was just like there's not enough to do.
Well, that's what's funny about this is like, she'll say like, oh, or I don't even know. Is it a woman? Yeah,
To
Claire.
be fair, it's
Claire Jackson.
Taco. You can't really expect some.
Yeah, no, like I found this article and I was chuckling at it because like I don't expect them to really know anything about anything when it comes to this game mode. But like I don't see them putting time into it because even though it is Call of Duty, like I played a few games of DMZ and I prefer it over the other matches because like I feel like I'm actually accomplishing something and there's some sort of like strategy to it. Just like, I mean, Tarkov was a little too slow for my liking, a little too realistic, but having the COD like engine like that fluidness and its motion and everything seemed way more approachable to me. I don't know why. Like it's something. Like I had said it originally when they said they were going to release this mode. I was like, oh, see, that's something I could do. Tarkov is just too slow and it feels like it's just unforgiving. And at this point, people who have been playing Tarkov have been playing it since it came out and they're pros at it. Like, I mean, I used to go into like Factory and get killed 3 or 4 times in a row with a guy with an axe. Like it was just obnoxious, like it, but hey, and so I don't see someone like this sticking with a mode like DMZ because it is like you go in there with gear and it's in the same way. Like if you get killed by a team, they'll take your stuff and you lose it, and you don't get it back. You have to go back and loot it again.
Right.
So, just because I've already admitted I don't know what I haven't played Call of Duty, what does DMZ stand for?
Demilitarized zone.
Well, yeah, the demilitarized zone is but
yeah. I mean, most people don't know it from a video game.
Right.
Well, I wasn't sure. I mean, life, things can have multiple meanings.
Yes, this is true.
You know what? I want a situation where it's called Chaz.
And
I'm not gonna lie, the first time I read it, I thought I don't know why my brain did this, but I thought it said DBZ, and I'm like, why is Dragon Ball Z in Call of Duty?
Why is Dragon Ball Z in Fortnite?
I don't know.
I don't think
Uh-oh, is my
Dragon Ball Z
computer
is
failing
in
now?
Call of Duty, but Attack on Titan actually is.
Can you guys
What?
hear me?
Oh my
Unironically.
god, that's awesome.
Attack on Titan, King Kong,
And
Can
Levi
you guys hear
looks
me
like
okay?
Levi looks like a middle-aged white man.
no,
Yeah,
it's
it
Wait,
does.
Wait, it's only the
With the bad
skins? Do you get the
haircut.
gear?
no, you don't get to
Oh.
fly around on a 3D system.
That's
Yeah, no. It's just skins. Like they're nonsensical.
Have you played the Attack on Titan game?
I've played the Omega
Later, Shags.
or Omega Force.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
we lost
The-
Shagsworth.
whatever the it's a Dynasty Warriors studio. They made they made the Attack on Titan
Koei Tecmo.
game that well yeah, like that's the publisher, but I think Omega Force is
Omega Force.
yeah. They're pretty good. Like they're the PC ports are not good, so you should probably get them on PlayStation because they're actually like functional, whereas the PC ones that'll like you'd be running it on a like RTX 3090 and a 4K monitor and like the max resolution is 720p. You're just like, this is a PS4 game. Like I
Yeah.
know 720p isn't the max resolution and
Yeah.
never was, but like yeah. It's
I have
it's
Attack
not
on
bad, but
Titan.
it's basically a Dynasty Warrior game, but instead of a bunch of little enemies, it's
A few giant
a couple big ones, and
Yeah.
the combat's a little bit more interesting because they actually do a pretty good job with the mobility system stuff, but it's still like a very like it's kind of moving you through the motions of the story of the first season with lots of nonsense side quests of like, hey, there's 5 people over at the other end of the map. Go save them now. You have 3 minutes. Go now. And then like
yeah.
the UI is just shit too. Like it's one of those games where there's writing and waypoints and like
Yeah.
combo
that's-
meters popping up everywhere.
That's one of
It's
the
just
things I
like,
will
oh,
say.
God.
As I like to call them Womega. Like one of the things that I kind of appreciate and hate about Womega is they'll take those those same like kind of mechanics and stuff. It's
Mhm.
like I have both Hyrule Warriors games. I played Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm like a huge fan of like Dynasty Warriors and Sengoku Basara games and stuff like that they made. And while they're fun, I hate that they give you those objectives that are all the same. It's like, can you switch it up, please? Do something different. Please let me do more customization. Like they had the thread with like, which one was that? Dynasty Warriors 7, I think. No, it was 6 Empires. And I was like, why is Shags in the corner? And he's gone again. Did you not see his icon popped up like in the upper right corner? Nonetheless, those games are fun. Okay. But those games are fun. I just don't like how like repetitive they can get because then I end up playing like 2 missions and then put the game down for like another 4 months.
Yeah. And I fell off both the Attack on Titan one and the Berserk one. So they've
Berserk was good.
Omega's made games on like two of the animes that I've most enjoyed watching. I know, like, especially now, if you say Attack on Titan's one you like, people get touchy because apparently the ending sucks. I've managed to avoid spoilers for like I don't know how the manga ends. I just know that people are not happy with it. I'm bracing for the worst, but I haven't disliked any of the stuff that's happened so far, even though a couple other people are like, oh yeah, it sucks now. I'm like, I don't know, I'm still on board.
Speaking of anime, did you know that Sword Art Online came out today in the history books for Sword Art Online?
Oh, like some years ago today?
Yeah, you know how like they go on the year, this such and such, they created Sword Art Online. That was today.
Congratulations to them, I guess.
December 21st, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I like Sword Art. I skipped through all the skipped through all the parts that are sketchy.
I bet you do like Sword Art, you My Hero liker.
Oh, yo, My Hero Academia is getting so good.
No, it's not. Prepare to be let down if you're like me.
Oh man, no, I don't care. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy every second. So I look forward.
Has anyone been watching Chainsaw Man?
No, but I heard that's something that really should be watched. I hear it's pretty good.
Chainsaw Man is wonderful. It's probably the piece of media I have seen do the best job mixing radically different tones into something that still manages to be like a cohesive thing that all like gels together. Like it's a story about a 16-year-old kid, and there is a 3-episode arc in which the main character's primary motivation is he just wants to grab some boobs. Simple as
Every
that.
day for me.
Classic male issue.
He's like, look, he's like, I'm not asking for a lot. Like, I don't even want to have sex. I just want to grab some boobs. Is that too much to ask?
You go read something like, or watch something like Kaiju number 8, where the man has been trying to get into a specific task force just to be with his friend that he grew up with. And now he's 32 years old and still not in a task force. So now he's struggling to keep up with everybody else unless he uses the Kaiju powers he inherits. It's great.
That sounds depressing.
It's actually relatively depressing, but then like every chapter you see him pop up and you're just like, there's my hope. There's my hope. It's up there. It's really good.
Shags, you doing okay there?
Made an anime.
Yeah.
What is Tarantino made in?
I mean, I don't even know if I do, like, because it's constantly. I mean, maybe, yeah, because Chainsaw Man is constantly homaging a lot of different things, like sometimes very, very directly and sometimes sort of indirectly, and it's a show that manages to have silly stuff like the guy who just wants to grab boobs, and it's like it's an actual hero's motivation, legitimately, to just some of the most brutal, violent action you've ever seen, to heartfelt, emotional moments and like character deaths that really hurt. And you're like, oh, the show's doing a lot, man. Like this. And it's really succeeding at a whole bunch of them. But yeah.
That's probably the only anime, Heron. The only anime that HorrorAmorata has probably watched and enjoyed.
I've watched many and enjoyed a number. It's probably the only one that I can remember, however. That's not Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli is an anime.
It's art. Don't make me hit you.
It's art.
It's
what
above
oh,
anime.
so you're saying anime isn't art?
I'm saying anime is weeb trash.
That just because it's weeb trash doesn't mean it's not art.
Yeah.
One of the best ones I've seen is Overlord. I don't know how many of you guys have watched that.
I haven't.
No.
Definitely need to watch it.
I've been rewatching Gurren Lagann though, and if you've not seen that one, I strongly recommend it.
I'm on episode 245 of One Piece right now, I think.
Oh,
You can stop at any point.
The problem with these shows,
I'm not stopping. I'm watching the whole damn thing.
the problem with these shows for me is, one, most of them I can't watch in front of my kids, or I don't really want to. And then the time I have after that is like, there's like no time. It's like I spend here with you or playing a game. So I'm like, okay, do I spend my night watching a couple episodes of fucking One Piece? Like, oh, I guess I'll be done in about 10 years. 2 episodes once a week.
No,
Dude, you gotta grind
the kind of anime you
10
want to
years.
watch are the stuff that it's maybe like ongoing ones that have 13
Yeah, I know
episode
that.
seasons that release weekly, because then it's not too much of a commitment. If it starts getting shitty, you can tap out and it's not a problem.
Right.
And once a week, you get, like, for me, there was this for the last, I guess, well, I don't know, what would it be, like 12 weeks maybe. Every Tuesday's been like a little treat because I'm just like, Chainsaw Man Day, baby. I was very happy when I got X-Ray Girl watching it too, because
You can
now
watch
I don't
some,
have to like watch twice. I can just
Shags,
be
you
like,
can
hey.
watch Dragon
have
Ball
a
Z
date.
with your kids.
No, stop that. But
No,
what
yeah,
you can do
I've
is-
started. They've seen probably the first season. I think I watched part of the Cell saga with them, and I mean, he was young, and then my son was actually enjoying Super when it came out because I was watching that, and I think he just thought it was really cool that like they were just like big and blue hair or whatever, you know. So.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z and Super. It's anime wrestling. It's WWE. Like that's
And
I don't
since
know.
it's
I'd be
like
down to watch Shags' kids review Dragon Ball Z after they watch it with their pops.
I don't think you want to hear my 5-year-old ramble on about anything.
The easy thing about Dragon Ball though is you can kind of pop into any episode and like you get what's going on because like even if it's mid-fight, it's like okay, like it will begin with Goku was fighting Hit and appeared to be a person who could see a couple seconds into the future or like whatever. You know, like you get the idea. It's like okay, we're 3 episodes into this 5-episode fight.
Yeah.
But I'm caught up, so okay, let's go.
Every single arc of Dragon Ball Z is you know who Goku is, who's he fighting? That's it.
Yeah. Hey, whoever it is will be stronger than the strongest we possibly thought anyone could have been in the previous arc. And
I kind of want to see
on
Uncle
going on
Roger.
like that. And you know what? That's what Dragon Ball is. You got to be on board with it. You're in or you're out.
Yeah,
like it's much like professional wrestling in that way. Some people are really into professional wrestling and love it. Other people are just like, I don't understand what you rednecks see in that. but at the same time, it's like, well, but you know, like I think ultimately, if you take a step back and you're like, okay, why do people like it? It's nice popcorn fun, you know. It's
exactly.
heroes fighting villains. And they're constantly trying to improve. It's nice.
I will say there are a number of like if you want to, you know, have something for yourself to watch, I guess. You just watch some shorter shows. Like one of my all-time recommendations for a short series is Baccano. It's like 12 episodes if I remember correctly. It's actually has to do with like the Prohibition era in alchemy. It's pretty good.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah, that does sound cool actually.
Yeah, Shags, don't share your kids Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal
Alchemist. Well, I mean, you should just probably wait till they're like 12.
Yeah.
When they understand that when you die, they can bring you back and almost die themselves.
I guess anything, weird. I watched that Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio, and I thought that'd be fine to show to kids.
I haven't seen it, so can't speak to that. Although the one I'm watching right now is one of my favorites. It's called Gurren Lagann. It's 27 episodes, I think, and then it's done. Yeah.
I know. I'll watch it.
You know the other weird part that I'm in, like right now, my kids are just realizing things are scary. And so I almost put on One Punch Man the other day because I remember it was like, it seems like
might be a bit scary.
But yeah, there's a couple moments where I was like,
pretty violent.
Like, I was like they might not like, I don't know. I mean, but for the most part, that show I thought was like pretty tame in some aspects. But yeah, I turned it off and I was like, nah, we'll do this another time because I don't want them to be like it's the monsters thing, the dark, all that. It's like starting to come through.
If that's the case, you should definitely introduce them to 70s and 80s horror when they have practical effects.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, they're ready.
I understand, Shags Jr., that you are afraid of almost everything. So here's this man who walks around with burn marks all over his face and a mask that has claws. You can't escape him. You're either awake and crazy or asleep and dying. It sucks. You'll enjoy it. Trust me.
Okay.
Okay, but I suppose I'm just crazy because my mom raised me on horror movies. So.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
That explains a bit.
I'm not kidding. She was nursing and she was watching Poltergeist at the same time. So
whatever.
Let's see. Tim says, Mark will recommend you watch.
No, do not even fall into that trap. Don't do it.
No.
I'm not retarded.
Yeah, honestly, like I seriously do. I think Gurren Lagann is a solid recommendation. The only things you might like, I would watch it prior. There's lots of beautiful shots of Yoko's boobs, but in bras. So she wears bikini tops everywhere, and
it's just more suggestive posing.
Like lots of suggestive poses. Nothing like super inappropriate, but you might be like, I don't know, maybe not for this age. But I mean, ultimately, it's a story about human potential being like one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It's pretty
I'll
cool.
spoil the ending for a lot of people. They fight creation.
Maybe I'll wait. Spoiler alert.
I thought you were saying I was spoiling it. I was like, I don't know. That's
I was spoiling it.
because Kamina kind of does
fight at
that
the
from
end.
the beginning. He's like, yeah, no, I don't actually have a plan, but like, there's a giant mech. Let's fight it.
Yeah, that's why Kamina's the
Let's
best.
snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, because humans can do the impossible if they just believe in themselves. And
Pretty much believe in the me that believes in the you.
yeah, and like a lot of it is cheesy like that, but like I mean, people, like it's a war and people die, so it's like, oh, yeah, this show is also not afraid to like pull the heartstrings a bit.
Oh
They-
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
We,
Gurren Lagann, everybody, check it out. It's the same guy who directed Cyberpunk Edge Runners and Kill la Kill.
Oh,
Kill,
cool. Okay, well in that case, definitely. Edge Runners is cool.
Jojo.
Oh, whoa. Hey, pup. Hey now.
I don't think he liked that.
I moved my arm. She's a girl.
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
lady.
I don't think she liked
Didn't
it.
mean to misgender you. The
2022 Shags, get it together.
I know. What are your pronouns? Sorry.
My pronouns are shepherds and son.
What are your guys' thoughts? Because this is we're sort of going down the line of like controversy, I suppose. I don't know how deep in the weeds you want to get, Mark, or how I usually do, but occasionally we get political and stuff in here. But we're not there yet. Across the Spider-Verse, the trailer dropped.
Garbage.
I haven't even seen it. All I saw were people posting online that what was it, Spider-Woman, the Spider-Woman's pregnant or something.
Prego Spider-Woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spider-Woman
I'm
was
like,
pregnant in the
one,
comics.
that's
5 months
irresponsible parenting right there.
Yeah, that's what I thought immediately. I was like, that doesn't seem very
But the thing,
like
see,
responsible.
it's not really giving these weirdos the benefit of the doubt, because this is something that they did in the comics as well. Like recently, they had Jessica Drew running around saving New York while she was pregnant.
Oh, I
And it was-
remember that.
Yeah, and there's like there's that one bit where she throws a kid off a boat and then she hacks up like some Hulk goo looked like, because it was like glowing radioactive green and stuff, and it was like, I'm not questioning, but the whole thing is like, I guess this tokenized version of a tokenized character, like I'm hearing people say it's Misty Knight, who's a completely different character in a completely different setting in the Marvel universe.
Looks
Which,
like her, but
yeah, it does. If that is her, that makes me even angrier, because that's another character that has nothing to do with what's going on within that universe.
right.
And also, I at one point in time thought to myself, oh, it would be cool if there was, but now it's just like, it becomes oversaturated and it incentivizes laziness. The more you look at it, it's like all of them do this. So I mean, what they're not doing anything different. It's just everybody. It's just, okay, we're just gonna give Spider-Man a bunch of different personalities, and every Spider-Man will essentially function as one Spider-Man who saves the day. It makes no sense, as opposed to having like something that's like the Avengers, where they all have different, like, I guess, traits they can bring to the table along with their personalities. It's just lazy. And I'm watching it, I'm just like, okay, there's nothing in this story that hasn't been done already, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the only one probably. I'm not excited for the movie, but I showed my son the trailer because him and I bonded over the first movie, and this one, and I think the first movie, if you forget about
In
the tokenized
isolation.
stuff.
Well, I mean, listen, the art and the special effects were amazing.
Right.
Absolutely amazing.
I like
Right.
the first movie quite a bit.
Well,
I
and this-
don't think the second one looks very good though, but I haven't seen the new trailer. I only saw the first one.
The thing is if you strip down like what the story is, and again, my son and I bonded over it because I mean it's essentially kind of a father-son tale anyway, the movie, and Peter B. Parker's like realization of wanting to be a father, like that was like I connected with that moment too. Like it was all really good, but like this one, I don't know. I want to see what they're doing. It doesn't look as good. My son's excited to see it. He saw the trailer and was like, "Oh, wait, what? Can we watch that now?" And I'm like, "Oh no, we can't. Like, it comes out near our birthday." And he kind of got excited because we can go see it or something. But
Aw.
I don't know. It like
Breaking. Shagsworth uses his kids as excuses to go see trash movies.
Absolutely, and you will do the same thing. If you don't, you're a bad parent. You need.
I will definitely be that bad parent.
You need to
go.
sometimes.
No,
I'm not saying I like. I'm not even saying that Miles Morales is Spider-Man. I'm not saying that Miles Morales is necessarily a good character. That's not what I'm saying at all. I don't agree with the tokenization of these characters. Like, I think there's plenty of good original characters that they're totally glossing over just to score points. So that's a separate issue. I'm just like talking completely from a storytelling standpoint. Into the Spider-Verse was enjoyable for me, connected with my son. This one, I don't see as much of that. I think it's more, I think it's just going to be a bunch of cameos and a bunch of like interesting shout outs, like nods to the comics. And that's about it.
I watch, like, watching the trailer. There was shaping it up to make it look like a Spider-Man 2099 or Miguel O'Hara for those that don't know. Yeah, it is a nice man cave.
Although I think it's like JoJo's puppy cave.
Oh. Get away, I'm gonna get you.
You stop crying.
JoJo.
But yeah,
are you finished?
Like,
JoJo, are you finished?
they made Spider-Man 2099 look like a villain, and I'm sitting here just like thinking to myself, was like, that's not a villain. That's just they're just making him look like the villain. He's just pretty much going to be the Wolverine character.
You think?
Like,
because
because they got that Spot guy coming out as the villain.
Yeah.
Wait, they're putting Wolverine in the Spider-Verse movie?
No, they're shaping Miguel O'Hara to look like a Wolverine kind of character. Like
like Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just make him seem abrasive and like, antisocial and stuff like that. And I'm like, nah, I already know this cell. Let's not sit here and fake the funk. But I feel like the third movie they're gonna make, because they have Into the Spider-Verse and then they have Across the Spider-Verse for this one that's coming out. The third one's gonna be Beyond the Spider-Verse. And I'm gonna sit here and think to myself, okay, cool. All the Spider-Man characters die, and the only ones left is Miles Morales, which means that Pete is officially dead canonically, and they've officially succeeded in their goals and having the normies believe that the only Spider-Man that exists is Peter Parker. Not Peter Parker, but Miles Morales.
Daily Bugle puts out some of the funniest
Spider-Man.
It kills me.
Hilarious.
People take him seriously, and I'm like, you're an idiot, dude. But Bugle,
it's incredible. It's incredible how this man can spin any situation into something that Spider-Man is at fault for. This guy's great.
Spider-Man's the reason JoJo's so cranky.
Yep. Oh, don't tell him that. He's already got the meme in the works.
Spider-Man tortures local dog. Yeah.
Yep.
Miles Morales is Miles Morales. He is.
The Robin and Nightwing heroes. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let's get a Spider-Pig movie.
The funniest thing about that is that his PS4 game, or like the PS5 game, is flat out just called Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Well, and even on his merchandise, you buy a figure or something, it says Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah,
hold on.
At least like Into the Spider-Verse though is Into the Spider-Verse. It's not like the word Miles Morales isn't in the title, but on the PS5 one, it's like, what are we gonna call the Miles Morales DLC? I don't know, fucking Miles Morales. It's like the only way people will know what it's about. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? I'm not Peter Parker.
Or they could just call it Spider-Man Asterisk, whichever one works best.
Wait, the Daily Bugle, a quick question for you. If Spider-Man is a menace, how do you feel about Miles Morales?
That is actually a pretty good joke. Because I guarantee you the Bugle Daily guy was just like,
oh boy. But yeah, I guess for the people that have seen the new trailer, I guess it would just be me and you, really, Shags. It's like you I guess, artistically it looks cool. I like the animation, stuff like that. If I were to give it some good criticism, it'd be that. But ultimately, I have zero interest in anything that's going on in it, even though Pete is in it. And like Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character, next to Hawkeye, Gambit, and Nightcrawler.
Anyone that imitates Spider-Man is indeed a menace. Spider-Man.
This man is great.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I knew once this full trailer dropped, people were gonna. It's just one of those issues. It's not even an issue necessarily, but like it's one of those things that totally divide people. It's like it's either we fucking hate it and we can't stand this thing, or it's like, oh right, like super cool animation and Miles Morales is a hero to everyone, and it's like
I'm in the middle. Like, again, like I liked Into the Spider-Verse. I even liked the Miles Morales game. I thought both of them had pretty decent stories and kept me on my toes, at least for the first time I went through. Or I mean, I didn't play Miles Morales the game twice, but the first time I saw Into the Spider-Verse, I didn't really see a lot of the plot developments coming, and I thought that it told some pretty decent character stories, even about Peter Parker, like, or at least the Peter B. Parker character.
Right.
I thought that. I think you guys know PSA Sitch.
That sounds yeah.
He does a podcast with Adam Friended. He has like Mueller and those guys on. It's more like political type stuff, but very much in our sphere. He made a fantastic video comparing Luke's writing in The Last Jedi to Peter B. Parker's writing in Into the Spider-Verse, and basically saying they're the exact same story, just one of them like doesn't seem to hate the character,
right?
Yeah,
and the other one does, so I'll check that out for sure.
Well, and like the thing they did, the best way to explain it, I think, would just be in the prospect of training. That you had Luke just saying to Rey, "No, get away, get out of here," and never at any point saying, "Okay, I'll train you." Really,
right?
Whereas with Peter B. Parker, he's trying to tell Miles to go away, and then eventually he's just like, "Oh, fine," and like he decides like, "Okay," to train him. And you're like, "Yeah, Peter Parker's still in there."
Right.
Hi. Hi, X-Ray girl.
Good to see you. That's what my biggest thing.
I think she's growling at Rocky, not because there's a Chihuahua here. I'm a little passionate Latino.
So Shags, like you got one choice. You see, like both movies drop on the same weekend, but you don't have enough time to watch both movies in this week. In this weekend, do you pick Spider-Verse or the Super Mario Brothers movie? Or the
Super Mario Brothers.
It's not
even a question.
I don't even really want to see Mario, and I'd still pick Mario.
Yeah. Mario, like
I'm in that boat myself. It's like, all right, it's another movie that's like it'll exist, but if I had to pick, it'd be like, yeah, no, Mario, easy.
Yeah, I'll go and see both of them just because I know it's just a fun thing to do with my kid.
Thank you, honey.
But like
thank you, honey. I love you. I didn't mute myself, honey. They heard that.
We did.
We heard it all. We heard the confession of love. That Super Mario movie just looks fantastic. It looks fun. It looks like it's well done. I'm on the fence with Chris Pratt's voice. I don't know. I could probably look past it, but everything else looks pretty much on point. Like totally on point.
I mean, it looks good. I think it'll be made or broken by its story, and I gotta say I don't really particularly love anyone's performance. I think Jack Black's doing fine with what I've heard of Bowser, but I also hope he's not in the movie a ton because like I feel like sometimes small doses are the best way to get Jack Black.
A little bit of Jack Black goes a long way.
Yeah.
And well, that Bowser doesn't talk that much.
Well, I mean, I don't know, and I think he might end up being the best part of the movie just based on what I've seen in the trailer. But I don't know, JoJo. See, JoJo doesn't trust it.
even though people have issue with Chris Pratt's Mario voice, I still feel like the weakest part of this entire movie will be whatever Donkey Kong says, because I hate Seth Rogen.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I can't at this point. I can't really stand him just because he plays the same like kind of moron of everything
every
yeah,
time.
Yeah, that
like, bro.
Like it. I don't know. It's just. It scratches all the right itches, like the nostalgia itches, like especially for like people our age. Like we're just, oh yeah, like we grew up with this thing, and now like it's a good visual adaptation of it, and you know you hope again the voices are there and it doesn't break the immersion too much. Because again, if Mario's voice, if Chris Pratt is like too Chris Pratt in it, like I'm just gonna start thinking of him from Parks and Rec or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, him playing the guitar, like with legs casts on both legs, you know, but it could work. And I think you're right, Mark. I think if Bowser talks too much, it's going to take away from it. Cause I mean, Bowser is like, he speaks minimally, especially in the games. He's just more of like a rah, 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 and then that's usually it. Like, but if it's like full on, like he's explaining himself and talking, or, you know, I think if Peach takes too central of a role too, I think that might take away from what's going on. But I forget who
it's going to give Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers so many videos.
Oh God.
Well,
okay, I'll call this right now. I'm just really hoping Jeremy doesn't watch this, and please don't clip it out because it'll give away the game. It'll give away the game, and then he could
watch this.
No. But I'm saying if it gets clipped out though, then someone could send it to him. It'll give away the game, and he could try to not have this reaction. This could be the wokest movie ever. See, JoJo knows. This could be the wokest movie you've ever seen. Jeremy will defend it because it's Nintendo.
Yeah. You know what? Even though you said that, he'd still do it. He can't help it.
You could like what? Just wait. Like wait to see how much of a girl boss Peach is gonna be, because it could be cranked up to 12, and Jeremy's reaction is gonna be like, "Yeah, I thought it was fine." You
know, Jeremy just jumps into the car right now. It's like, you know what, motherfucker? I'm gonna do just that. It's like, Jesus Christ, Jeremy, get out of here.
I don't know.
No, I would like it. I would like it though if she did kind of pull a girl boss move and then caught a case of humble pie from Bowser, just because she's not as good as she thinks she is. I'd be like, okay, that's sellable. Like Leia did that shit too.
Slaps her.
It's like she starts talking shit. He's just like, tell Mario to come get you.
Right.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, that's what I feel like the movie's going to sort of follow this. Like, I think she's going to try and stand up for her kingdom as like a ruler might do. And I think this is going to be sort of, I think Mario will kind of sweep in the final moments of the movie and like become the hero. And I think, and I forget who we were talking about this with a couple weeks ago, but like, I think this is going to set up a couple movies and even maybe some side projects that they could do. And I think it's going to be good, but it's, you know, it will come down to how they depict Peach. I think it could end up being a real woke fest with her, but I don't know. Other movies have surprised me and shows have surprised me recently. So
but it is the thing about it though is like it's Nintendo. Nintendo is a Japanese company, and Japan's pretty strong on keeping things as coherent to what the world building is. So like if Peach is not Peach-ish, at least they're probably not gonna give it the green light.
Well, I mean, Capcom's Japanese as well, but we've had a number of Resident Evil projects over the last decade.
Yeah, I think they
with mixed results.
I think they lost it there when they decided to do anything past Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Dirt Nader, real quick, I do want to let you know that Bree actually did play Peach first, but then they recast her again to be played by someone else. So that's
was it Anya Taylor-Joy that's screen?
Were
the feet too big for the screen?
Yeah,
it was they were too ugly. What? Who's playing her now? Is it Anya Taylor-Joy?
Yes, the Queen's Gambit lady.
I approve.
Gotcha.
Yep. I approve.
Then they just get Gal Gadot to play Paulina, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'd imagine she'd have some kind of an accent anyway.
Anya Taylor-Joy was in Best Film of the Year, The Northman.
Oh, I thought you were about
I
to say The
still
Witch.
need to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
She is in The Witch as well, which is
Yeah,
also
she is
the
the
same
main
director.
character.
Which was good, yeah.
Oh, same director.
Mhm.
Okay, so now I
The Witch,
kind
The
of got
Lighthouse, and The Northman are David Eggers movies.
Okay.
They're all really good, though they're not for everybody.
Yeah, shouts out to Black Phillip. That's all I gotta say.
Who's
Best
that
on-screen
other?
animal.
Black Phillip's a good goat.
Black Phillip is the best on-screen animal of all time.
He's
I
the
am.
goat. He's literally the goat.
I want to look at these so bad.
Is he better than Mighty Joe Young? Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a confirmed release date for a controversial series that's coming out. Velma is a adult series
still doing
on HBO Max. It's starring Mindy Kaling, Constance Wu, Glenn Howerton, and Sam Richardson. It's set to premiere on January 12th. So right around the corner for those of you waiting for an adult Scooby-Doo, because we've all been waiting on that.
I know you're all excited for it. We can tell.
You know,
Well,
Black
so-
Velma and whatnot. Or
Well, yeah,
Indian
it was
Velma.
like I just don't get Hollywood. I mean, I don't get Hollywood's obsession with all the swapping of all the race swapping.
Aren't you excited, baby? You'll be able to see yourself in Norbert.
Yeah.
Norbert? You mean Norval?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, because they use his government name. For one, for two. I related to Shaggy back when he was white and eating a whole bunch of sandwiches out the fridge with his dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way more relatable. I knew he was constant. He was perpetually high, and I enjoyed him for that. I enjoyed him when Matthew Lillard played as him.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed so many other characters, and then I grew up and I was like, no, Fred's my dude. Fred is my favorite character, so I don't care what they do with Shaggy at this
I
point.
guess I have to get him an ascot for Christmas.
Like, what is? I guess the real question is like, what's the point of making a show of a character that just has a different skin color and like doesn't even like? You could make a detective show about a teenage Indian girl that's like inappropriate on HBO, but like because you're not even using the character anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, and I think that's really the problem, right? Because it's like you don't want to make a remake, or you don't want to reboot this character, you don't want to reboot this series. You want to make your own thing. You just want to cheat and try to pretend that you're gonna have some pre-installed user base or like viewer base by just making a remake of an old property. And I think people are getting wise to it, because these things don't seem to be doing very well these days. Like, think of it, actually, like HorrorAmorata was mentioning the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio movie. You know that Disney also did a live action Pinocchio movie that came out this year?
It was garbage, by the
I
way.
thought you were
Like,
talking about
that's
the old one, though. I didn't know that.
Garbage, but like, did that thing just come and go like when
Yes.
nobody talked about it? Like,
Yeah.
because I mean,
stuff.
I
Their
remember
original
it
stuff was,
happened,
taken
but it's
out.
like, well, but that didn't seem like it was a very big movie. Like, because I remember though that when the fucking
The one with Robin
Hermione
Williams
Beauty
had
and the Beast one came out,
Oh,
that seemed
yeah,
like a pretty big deal in like the lead up to it. A lot of people were talking about it afterwards. Most people I talked to about it said it sucked, but a lot of people talked about it. The Pinocchio one, I don't remember seeing a single tweet about the Pinocchio movie
at all.
past the first week it was out. And
Like, it's-
I don't know, man. I think
it's-
that eventually people were like, yeah,
Well,
another
it's funny
thing
is,
from my childhood. Like, you know what? How about fuck you? Like, I think
Yeah.
I think people are getting to that point, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what's funny though is that it's even with their original stuff. Like, you have what was that the one movies the movies that came out like Encanto, I think it was, and
Yeah.
like
Encanto.
all these other movies that they did recently. Turning Red was another one. It's like there's a kind of backlash that they're either A, expecting, or B, like they're movies that get like no kind of recognition, mainly because for one, they don't market it well, and for two, people genuinely don't have an interest in stuff where it's like you see what Disney's putting out, and it's just like, okay, I've seen the story before already. You're just pretty much putting different characters in it, so I have no care. Like you don't have that same kind of like hurrah that they did for like Big Hero 6 or for Zootopia or Frozen or anything like that. It's gone. Like
Well,
it is.
I think they're hip to it though too. I think they're running through a lot of the garbage that they took on or were producing, and I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people in this community that would disagree with me, but I think they're at a tipping point. They have to make a choice. Okay, we have a couple things coming out, but we have to start making things that people are going to go watch because nothing is making them money. Like you said, that Pinocchio movie came and went like that, and it was so bad. Like why Tom Hanks was attached to that thing is beyond me. Like I watched that thinking like, holy, well, Tom Hanks is a good actor. Like he but like I'm saying, like it just seems weird that they.
He froze up.
Tom Hanks has his internet on. Has his internet in his chokehold.
He heard Tom Hanks, and they came to take him out.
Yeah,
Shag looked like
There
he was
you are.
pontificating the meaning of the universe right there.
He was just
Say
like
anything about Tom Hanks being on Epstein.
No, I forget what I was saying, but like I'm just like I think Disney needs to figure out their model. They've lost so much money. They're not even slated to make money until 2024. They came out and said that themselves. Like if they don't make a change, they're going to be gone, and maybe that's what needs to happen. Who knows?
Creative destruction, that's a big part of the market, and people forget about it. Just because something's been around since you were a child does not mean it gets to live forever. It has to die eventually because that's the only way you get better things. Anytime there's a void in the market, something steps up to take its place. And when something leaves, that means something better is going to take its place. Well, not always better, but something else is going to, and hopefully it'll be better.
I mean, hell, Mickey Mouse's the rights to the Mickey Mouse character were almost up until recently, but then they extended that shit for like another like entire lifetime. But yeah, no, that was almost gone. And then what? Then what is Disney gonna do?
Well, I think
I agree and disagree.
I think hey. Okay. I think that Walt Disney is probably not going to be totally null and void and gone anytime, let's say within the next 20 years, even, I think is realistic. I think that we might be approaching the time where they start selling off some things. And be that rights to fairy tales or like allowing things to lapse back into public domain and just being like, yeah, no, we can't afford to fire off I don't know, like Huckle or no, sorry, what would be something they haven't done yet?
Everybody
Fox and the Hound remake, like a live action remake yet.
Oh,
like
Lord.
Whatever, let's just let Fox and the Hound lapse.
A Robin Hood remake.
Yeah, well, I mean, Robin Hood, I think, is still public domain because a lot of people think Robin Hood.
Well, I mean, you can't actually have rights to fairy tales. They have rights to their specific version of the fairy tale. But it's like the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio was absolutely nothing like Disney's version of Pinocchio.
It was actually closer to the actual story of Pinocchio.
In some ways, I mean, everybody seems to keep the cricket alive when he dies in the first.
Well, we have another remake of Pinocchio coming out this year too, in Lies of P, which basically looks like Pinocchio Bloodborne.
Oh god, that sounds hilarious.
Wow.
What about to say?
It looks pretty good.
Everybody keep their eyes peeled for a certain web slinger in ISOM 2. No, it's not gonna be an ISOM 2. I just wish that Disney would let go of Marvel though. Just so they can, one, actually die, and two, so that all those characters can officially become public domain.
I think while I would be really happy if Disney was just like, yeah, all Marvel comics are public domain now, whatever, we're out. That would be amazing. I think that the much more likely scenario is them selling off individual characters. So and probably like C-lists, D-list characters at first.
But
or
they
like
just
ones
set them
that
all up for phase 4.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. But I mean, like Marvel though still has a whole bunch of
Yeah.
people who have never been touched, and I'm willing to bet that they could be like, hey, can we sell, I don't know, Darkhawk to like Dark Horse or something like that? They're Dark Horse, whatever.
So
They might
Angela
want
back
it.
to Spawn to Image.
Yeah,
That'd be
like I
great.
mean, and that's kind of the thing I'm talking about. That I think that it's more likely you'll see just small sales happening, and then, but I mean that if they start making money off those, they might start stepping up to the bigger characters. And what might be funny then is we might be in a situation where you have Marvel characters spread out over a bunch of IP holders, and a similar situation to what happened with the movies in the 90s. So,
Yep, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe they'll just maybe the end of the superhero era is upon us. I don't know. But
oh, for movies, I think that's 100%.
yeah,
Like unless I mean, it's as funny as like a lot of people are pissed at James Gunn for the Henry Cavill situation. I think James Gunn, think what you think about the Cavill thing. Like I wouldn't argue with you one way or the other about it. I think Cavill would be great in like a proper Superman movie, but ultimately, if like he's just flat out saying, hey, I'm nuking the DC universe, all those movies don't count at all. Matt Reeves can still make his Batman ones if he wants, but that's not going to have anything to do with our stuff. We're restarting, full stop. Part of me is like, yeah, that could end up being really good. Like, because we haven't seen anything of it yet. We haven't got any casting announcement. He said he wanted to go younger with Superman, which sounds weird, but at the same time, it's like, but we don't know that that's for sure bad. Like Tom Welling was pretty young on Smallville, right?
Right.
But
yeah, but he was in high school.
Well, no, but like I mean, like the actor though.
Yeah,
I think like from
his,
season one of
teenage
Smallville, I think most people who are watching that show are like, yeah, that guy looks like Superman.
Like,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I mean, like just from the get go, I think if like honestly, if by the end of season 1 of Smallville they put him in the fucking suit, I don't think anyone would have complained. Like they'd be like, okay, yeah, well, I mean, he is.
Have you watched Smallville through its entirety?
I tapped out at around season, I want to say 6.
Okay,
I'll tell you when. Whenever they ended a season with Lex Luthor and Lana Lang being a couple and looking out over a burning metropolis, and that was 100% resolved 20 minutes into the season premiere of the next season. I was like, fuck this show, because I was waiting like a year for that to come back. I was like, man, this is fucking like apocalypse battle between Lex Luthor and Superman. I can't believe this show got this crazy. And they're like, actually, we made it so that Lex doesn't remember any of the last 24 hours. He doesn't. And it's like, wait, fuck you.
Nice.
I have all the Smallville seasons on DVD. I was a big Smallville fan. Yeah. I learned to read Kryptonian because of the episodes with Christopher Reeves. I would pause it. Yeah, not even kidding you, dude. I know. I was a big nerd.
Better than learn Navi. That's all I got to say about that.
Actually, I got this from the episode with Christopher Reeves.
Oh, right.
Very cool.
Nice.
My parents bought it for me. No, I love it.
I bet.
My wife and I did our vows in Klingon, so fuck you all.
Don't get any ideas, honey.
Too late.
Well, I'll tell you,
my vows in English. Fuck y'all.
The age of the superhero movie might be over, but the age of memes has just begun. I wonder when we're gonna get like copywritten for that. I know at some point someone.
I don't think so. Skirmy did a good job with that.
Y'all did a hell of a job. Yes, we're going to head over to memes, and then after that, we're going to shut down the YouTube part. We're going to go over to Rumble Odyssey and talk a little bit more, kind of close out the night. I can actually like stay up late because I don't have to work in the morning. Whoop whoop. I do know that Mark has to work, or doesn't have to work. You have
I don't have to work.
he has to be up
errands to run, but
Gotta go sell
He's
a
gonna go sell
microphone.
things.
Black market microphones.
I gotta make money. Sorry.
He's going to sell his leg.
Although my
fifth
leg
leg.
is not within reach right now. These puppies are not going to be happy when Daddy needs to put his leg back on.
Yep.
but if you guys want to,
Rocky will be fine. JoJo's not going to be happy.
if you guys want to head
She's
over
a
to
baby.
Odyssey Rumble, the links are in the chat right now. Go ahead and stage yourself over there. You can watch the memes, get ready for when we go over, like I said, both Odyssey and Rumble. Make sure you guys smash the plussy over on Rumble and light my fire over on Odyssey. We love it. I just heard something upstairs. Either my house is haunted or my son is up. Anyways, memes it is. Where's my memes?
Chamomile tea. We'd be all right.
I haven't looked at, well, I saw a couple and I didn't listen to them, but I knew there was something good there. So,
I watched one. It made me laugh. It was good.
oh man. Okay.
Oh, God.
Steve's attempt to break into the superhero game isn't going well.
Okay, I don't have one yet, but I'm leaning towards Brother Man. Is someone behind me? What's the joke?
I got a name for you. How about Shithead Man?
Oh, shit, man.
I want to see the commissioner.
Hanukkah Sameach, my friend. Hanukkah
Was it? Is that Blank Man? Yeah, it's Blank
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's Blank Man.
I warned you, Susan.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's why I got a rebrand.
Obviously, everyone's heard of Shag Fu.
Shag Fu. Oh Lord.
Got some
Nice.
moves there, Shags.
Hell yeah.
Steven Seagal.
No, this is the one right here.
Oh really?
When the waitress at Applebee's tells you they're out of the regular ranch, but have plenty of low fat.
The low fat. That's great.
Oh man.
Grief. Back when movies were just fun.
Yeah. It's heard.
Now everybody has to think when they go to the theatrical experiences.
Oh man, yeah.
Nice.
Cheese tits. New product from Shagco. These voluptuous crackers ready fill out any snack time.
Really fell out. Yeah.
The crackers you're going to want to motorboat.
A lot of things going. Cheese tits.
Anyone else
Oh,
get
Lord.
excited for the Midweek Hump first game? I'm I'm genuinely excited.
Oh, God. Spank the
Bank the monkey.
Spank the monkey. That's
Why
actually
am I
pretty
the
well
one
done.
getting beaten up?
Well, actually, you're the monkey in the middle.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you're Pac-Man. We're the ones that have to avoid the ranch.
I mean, to be fair, it would be racist if they made Sheep the monkey.
No. Yeah.
You see, I'm taking all of it, Sheep.
I mean,
It's all
like-
coming to me.
To be fair, though, Pac-Man is not traditionally a monkey.
No.
Yeah, this is true.
This is true.
Yeah.
And he's in jail here. Is it jail?
JoJo, it's okay.
They're
Netflix
just
presents
memes, Jojo. They're just me.
the Amber Heard story starring Jennifer Lawrence. My dog stepped on a bee. She's the first one to play Amber Heard. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the first one to be and play Amber. What the hell am I doing?
This is why the deer in Utah are now worried about drive-bys.
I don't even live in Utah.
This is how it's done. What's up now? What's up? What's up? What's up? That's how you do it, dude. Right there.
That's really good.
You know what I mean?
Really. That's why I hang with guys who know what they're doing.
That's what's funny. I overheard someone the other day talking about like their guns and stuff in there. Like I'm totally for people having their guns or whatever, but like this guy was like, he was the reason I'm like, this person doesn't need a gun. Because he's like, oh yeah, I just go and like I just meet the guy at the gas station and he just gives it to me. Yeah, good luck finding where I got it from. Like, dude, what?
Okay.
Like,
Right.
I mean, it's a free market.
oh, I mean,
That's supposed to be.
I mean, I don't know. Ranch ops.
Guns, man. I'm so mad we didn't get to go shoot guns in Orlando. It would have been great.
Would have been expensive.
Yeah.
Wow, that is good.
That's awesome.
Year one. Nice. FNT Comics.
Oh, that's the spinoff from Fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
The attention to detail is awesome sometimes. Like just FNT Comics, 38 cents, and then the little stamp, like
Comics code.
Yeah, it's perfect, man. Love it. Silent Night.
Yeah, that's nice.
Night.
That's awesome.
After a deadly fire hall agent escapes from a lab in a province of China, and the province of China shall not be named. It affects Santa's little helpers, and it's up to Saint Nick and Shags to save Christmas by passing out gift wrap boxes of whoop-ass.
Oh, shit. Color me sold. Somebody I work with went to see Violent Night and was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't just like, your regular schlocky action goofball movie. It was like, it's pretty good.
Yep.
I was thinking I wanted to make you take me to that.
Make me take you?
Yes.
We can only hope to find ours, because I found my utopia. Listen, ranch is great, but
it's all right.
Oh my God, what is this? Every
It's
time
funny already.
Every time there's a ranch bottle open.
Oh, it's one of those munchkin cats.
I've been, Mark.
Don't worry,
apparently-
Jojo. I'm sure the munchkin cat died.
Jay just opened the door.
Yo, what's up, Nick Weiser? Good to see you, man.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Oh God, this one.
Oh.
Can't say I'm surprised.
That was you, shit.
Utah man arrives with World War I bomb launched in rectum. Like, yeah, they had to evacuate a hospital because this person put a
walking with a bomb in his ass. It was great.
Of course, that was in London. One would wonder how someone in Utah happened to get one.
Yeah,
Well, I
right.
mean, ask Shagsworth. He did it.
Obviously.
This is what I.
Oh God.
Oh, Lord.
Is there music on this?
I don't know.
More than
There's
likely.
gonna be.
No, not you. Not you. Your organization's terrible. Your organization's terrible. Let's go. Go ahead. Quiet. Quiet. Go ahead. She's
weird.
asking a question. Don't be rude. Don't be rude.
Oh, this is when he was
Don't
yelling
be
at.
rude. No, I'm not going to give you
What's
a
his
question.
face?
I'm not.
That's Trump.
The head motions.
It's so. I don't know. It's weird to see my face moving in a way that my face doesn't move.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
get that.
just doesn't look like me. Shag's pooping. My secret camera works. This Santa is looking forward to some of Shag's famous ranch dressing. He's been a very naughty boy. Listen, every Santa this year should have a tall glass of ranch.
Oh God.
No.
And I don't. What do you pair with ranch? I guess some breadsticks.
Tonight's memes seem to be relatively
Celery.
brutal on Shagsworth.
Yeah,
Well, he eat carrots and celery sticks.
yeah,
So,
carrots. Yep.
One ground plant and that's it.
And I want to thank my haters too because they be downloading my stuff so they can hear it and talk crap about it, but it benefits me.
Oh, that's
Oh.
nice. I like that one.
That one's awesome.
Some AI art.
Red.
Weird weird little mouth there. But yeah, definitely AI. Oh boy,
A third one.
Oh boy. What is he saying now?
Christ.
Oh my God.
Canadian contact your MP, tell them vote against the Bill C-11 bill that lets Canada control YouTube.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this? If you are a Canadian, contact your.
It's a Canadian content law. Well, I mean, not a law yet. Obviously, it's a bill, but it's a proposition for Canadian law that is similar to what we've had on TV and radio forever, which is Canadian content laws,
Content
which basically
moderation.
make it so that I think it's something like 30% of all content which you view or hear per hour on the radio, for example, is Canadian in origin, as well as a certain amount of like TV shows on each channel. So like that's why we have Canadian equivalents of channels. We don't just have like your exact NBC that airs
Right.
here, because they have to like mix in fucking Canadian shows.
Okay.
But yeah, like I think it's dumb.
It's just
But
30.
at the same time, it might end up helping me because I'm like a small channel that's Canadian, at least in Canada. It might piss people off though, because if they're outside of Canada, they might be like, okay, well,
I just lost all my Canadian viewership.
Yeah, viewership.
Yeah, like
Great.
the only reason I know that I'm watching this guy right now is because he's in Canada. Look at his viewership; it's all in Canada. I looked at his social media.
I
He's
know
one of those
Mudahar did a
Canadians who's riding the C11 train or
Right.
wave. But
Mudahar did Some Ordinary Gamers did a breakdown on how it can actually hurt Canadian.
oh
content.
yeah,
will.
no,
It will.
it's absolutely gonna hurt people like him. And I don't want that to happen to him. Mudahar seems like a pretty cool guy, for the most
Yeah.
part, and he works hard and has made like he's lived the dream and made a career on YouTube as a fucking Canadian nerd who just knows shit about video games and tech.
Heck,
So
yeah.
Mhm.
you know, I think that if he's in a situation where his like videos are going to get deboosted in certain regions, and people are going to now have to start doing trickery with like VPNs, trying to pretend they didn't upload from Canada, or that having versions of like Canadian versions of your channel
Oh,
that you
God.
upload with a VPN to Canada for, like, I don't know, it's
retarded.
dumb. And honestly, I wish the Canadian government would kind of just stop poking around
Interfering
with
in
shit
general. Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of moves that the Canadian government makes to benefit their people.
Well, I'll say this: the most recent gun legislation that's been put forward is actually kind of good, because it's so unbelievably bad that people are finally just like, okay,
There it
fuck
is.
you.
There
Like,
it is.
because they're just like, okay, we want hunting rifles can't have more than 4 rounds in them, and we're just like, every single hunting rifle in this country is 5 rounds. So
Right.
I don't know where you think like that, like we're
It's like,
gonna
I
just
think
everyone's gonna do a buyback program for every single firearm and then buy
Right.
new guns to hunt.
Mhm.
I
Like,
think
come on.
Biden tried to do something like that, where it was like you can't have more than like 10 rounds of ammunition per per magazine or something like that. Like he tried, and that flopped real quick.
Mhm. Well, I mean, it would in the States, because you guys have the right to use firearms to defend
We
yourself.
love our boom booms.
Well, but I mean, you have the right to use them for self-defense. So ultimately, if it's like,
Yeah.
hey man, if I need a mag with 30 rounds in it to defend my family, that's because I'm a bad shot. Fuck you. I still deserve to defend my family.
Right.
You're a
Whereas
bad
in
shot, or you're
Canada,
really pissed off the government. One of the two.
see, the thing is, though, if I say, hey, I can't defend my family with like a mag that only holds 4 rounds, like, well, that's a really, like, every single shot is a 25% chance that I'm now going to die, like,
Right.
going down the range. But at the same
Why do you
time,
need- why do
the
you need
answer
32, go ahead.
no, but the thing is, our laws don't allow for self-defense with firearms, so
Yeah.
it doesn't
It's
like
stupid.
I can't make that argument at all, because the answer is okay. but you're not allowed to do that anyways. So why do you need more ammo to do it with? Like, are you saying you would defend your home with firearms? Because if you would, you can go to jail for like 12 years for that.
It's real simple. It's like you have a magazine. It's 32 rounds. That's 32 possible lessons that this individual can learn.
Well, for us, it's like, well, I hope you have a stick or a baseball bat. I guess you could theoretically use that.
I hope you know how to throw hands.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm
just
just
happy
Mark
that
has
at all-
Mark has a leg he can throw at you. He's all good.
Yeah, I'm just happy that my sleepwalking thing that I do is I get up and I clean my firearms without doing proper safety checks on them. So if you come to my house in the middle of the night, I
may
might be
find 'em.
sleepwalking and cleaning my firearms without doing proper safety checks on them.
Oh man,
It's
I
funny
didn't
how
know-
slippery guns are when you're fishing, though.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the period piece with Alec
A lot of
Baldwin was more
tragic
of like a
boating
prerequisite.
accidents.
Right.
The period piece with Alec Baldwin was just a prerequisite to what Mark the Cyborg's life is actually like. That's what it is.
Oh my god. This is
You
one of my
played
favorite
it.
Christmas
Hey,
movies.
just
by
so
the way.
you know, I hear you out there. I've called 911 and I am sleepwalking right now while cleaning my firearms.
Pow! Oh my god! Sorry, sleepwalking.
Oh shit! I just woke up. What happened?
It just went off.
This would be at my trial. They'll be like, actually, like we have the 911 dispatch call. He had us on the line, and yeah, he actually did tell the intruder that he was sleepwalking while cleaning firearms. So the guy still opened the door, and well,
he wanted it.
Your Honor, I feel that my client gave the victim fair warning.
Mm-hmm.
So basically Canada is a lot like New Jersey here, because like New Jersey, they have like some of the strictest gun laws. Like you have to, like someone has to have like entered your home, and you have to have attempted to throw your children out of a second story window before you're allowed to like do anything. Like you need to have like tried to escape, I think is kind of like what. But if someone is still advancing on you, like then if you could, and then be in a position to also prove that you were doing such a thing.
Damn it, we need to go to Rumble like right now.
It's a
because
duty
they're
to
aware of what I
retreat
wanna say.
laws. So, and there's a number of states that have laws like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, I don't know. Since the beginning of this country, we've been, the right to bear arms is just built into it.
Castle laws, as great as they are, can go as well. Just I own a gun and I will use it.
All right, yeah, let's get through these memes so we
Okay,
get.
let's go.
Yeah. This is a good movie.
Your Christmas spirit. That's better.
Yeah, where's your Christmas spirit? Yeah, jingle all the way.
Yeah.
This guy today, please, sir, may I have some more? Yeah, this fucking. I can't believe how much money we've sent over there.
Oh Lord,
ranch it up.
We didn't send that money.
Ranch it up. Ranch it up.
What are we doing?
Wait, what? Sorry, my phone's going off.
Oh.
Remember when it
Oh
paused?
my God, what the hell is going on in this?
Now this is an anime I'd watch.
Hell yeah. What movie is this though? I can't pinpoint that movie.
I don't know.
It looks like I have to.
You'd have to ask Bug.
It's not Boondocks. Boondock Saints.
That's what it was reminding me of.
Yeah, it's not that. I don't know. Oh, look, it's Miguel O'Hara.
Did you just steal yourself?
Yeah.
Maybe. It did sound a little wet, didn't it? Right at the end. Ooh. Let's have a smell, all right? Ooh, wafting,
Smell, all right.
wafting. Oh, everyone likes their own brand, don't they?
Wafting.
All right, analysis. Oh, it smells like carrots and throw up.
That's a movie.
Smells like a baby's dirty diaper, basically.
Gross.
Yes.
There's your hat.
Here's my hat. Oh man. Oh.
I know exactly what's happening.
I
here.
need his prosthetic leg. His leg? Yeah. God knows I don't need the rest of him. Look at him, he's useless. All right.
You need my what?
Here you go. Oh, I was just kidding about the leg. I just need these two things. What? No, I
love it how my head is so small.
No, wait, what did he look like hopping around?
Yeah.
I had to transfer him 30,000 units.
That's that picture from the Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. That's great.
This is a good one. This is really good.
Oh,
is that
God.
Murphy? Marc the Cyborg?
Yeah, turn it down music, dude. Yeah. That,
Nice.
Marc the Cyborg.
I think everybody wants to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This would be a great sequel to.
And Mark,
Fear the
Geeks,
Reaper.
Geeks and Gamers are making movies and TV shows now. But get them to make a Mark the Cyborg.
Yeah. Go ahead and talk with the epic verse.
Dude, he's
I
in
mean,
this
like-
movie?
I wouldn't really have an idea to pitch them. I'd be like, well, I mean, you know, I'm Mark the Cyborg. It's it's all right there in the name, I guess. You know, I'm RoboCop or some shit. I don't fucking know. Right?
This.
Yeah, I mean, like that movie I did make.
That was a good movie.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This I didn't realize that Gary Oldman was in the new
The 2012
RoboCop, yeah.
RoboCop movie. Yeah, he was.
Gary Oldman is you know Gary Oldman's one of those people you look at him and then you're like I didn't realize he was in this movie and then you realize he was in like 1,000 other movies.
he's
And
fantastic.
Actually, I think my friend Chantel is in this scene. Like she's an above knee amputee, and this was shot in
Yeah.
Toronto. So,
Nice.
yeah, they got a bunch of people to be in the prosthetics clinic. At the,
It's funny.
Really?
A lot of things that are shot with like the chrome futuristic colors are in Toronto,
Mhm.
from what I've seen.
You guys have a lot of chrome up there in Toronto?
Yeah, I mean, maybe like there's a lot of new buildings. I think that's probably a big part of it. Although one of the ones that often gets used is actually the university that my folks went to, University of Toronto Scarborough campus, because it was built in the 60s, but the architecture kind of seems like it was the 1960s vision of the future. So lots of movies get shot there because it just looks like it's sort of a weird place. Like it looks like something out of like Logan's Run or like an old movie set.
Nice.
But the Total Recall remake is shot in those buildings a whole bunch.
Oh, the movie that doesn't exist.
That
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, just
I
like the
didn't bother.
RoboCop movie that you got.
Right.
Similarly, is like not really even close to as good as the Paul Verhoeven original.
Of course not. Of course not.
Oh, I miss good movies. There's some still, but
You can always go back and watch RoboCop.
that's true.
Yep.
And Total Recall.
Yeah.
Good movies.
All right. Well, folks, that's gonna do it for us over here on YouTube. We're gonna run it. We have a nice little special meme reel for Mark here, and then we're going to stick exclusively for or on Odyssey and Rumble for the next little bit. Mark, you gonna stick with us for a little bit, or are you gonna call?
Yeah,
it
I'll stick around for like another 15 minutes or so. It's almost 1:30 here, though, so I should start thinking about heading to bed.
For sure. Well, cool, guys. Like I said, I just threw the links over in the chat again. Feel free to come over. If not, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Before we head out, I just want to thank everybody for helping the Legion of Memers hit 1,000 subs. Again, I love all you guys.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to do endings or the endings. We'll do the outros for us over on those other platforms just because they take a while. And I don't want to keep Mark here much longer. He needs his beauty sleep. But come on over. Make sure you subscribe over on those other platforms and make sure you guys like the streams over there. But until then, if we don't see you, we'll see you guys next week. We have a wonderful, wonderful guest next week, which we will announce in just a few minutes. So that's another incentive to come over. Otherwise, we'll see you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.